you're back on the Mastiff channel. This week I've got a few things to go through. You know, we've been talking about, we showed you last week about, or the past 2 weeks, about grip and release. So we'll go a bit further on that and show you a bit more about how the dart releases from your hand and what difference it makes. And a big difference that you can make to yourself with a wee bit of thinking power. And also how to hit more 180s. But this week we can't catch up with Sharon. As you've seen in past videos, she's got this sort of brace on her hand because with cutting hair over the years, as I explained before, she's actually damaged some of the tendons in her hand. So this week it's been a bit painful for her to throw. She did get her average up as well. She's up for, started, if you remember, at 25. She's up to 34.2 at the minute. That was the best she done. But she's not thrown any darts since Tuesday. So, yeah, at the minute I told her just to get a rest for a week or so and let it calm down. So she might have to go for another injection just to get rid of the pain. I know what it's like, guys, with the pain on that, because I've got ripped tendons in both my shoulders, and believe me, they've been playing up this week. Now, the shirt that went to America for Eric Sven Anderson and came back to me, which is right here. As you can see, it's still got all the postage stuff on it. It went to America. So Sven, I've asked him, I would love you to have it, but I've asked that many times now for you to give me a different address, and you've never got back to me, mate. So like I said last week, if you didn't get back to me by this week, I'll redraw it. So I've actually done it. I've done the draw. So I told everybody to put a comment on, and then we drew it out, me and Manny, and a guy called Wayne Flint has won it. So Wayne, if you can go onto our Facebook page and through Messenger, put an address down, and this will be winging its way to you. Not in this, I'll take it out of here, obviously. And I'll put it in a fresh envelope, and I'll be posting it this week to you. So I believe Wayne is in, looking at his profiles, I think Wayne is in the UK. So this is going to be about the most travelled shirt on the planet. It's been everywhere. It's been more places than me. So Wayne, well done. And it just goes to prove, if you put the comments on, which we will be doing a lot of giveaways, so if you put the comments on, guys, I think the way we'll work it is we'll count up, we'll go back a ways, and we'll count up who regularly comments and how many comments is on there, and that's how we'll draw stuff from now on. So if you're a regular person that comments, you got a better chance than anybody else. It's only fair. Right, so if, in case you've not noticed what's behind me, that's not our regular board, guys. So this was dropped off to me on Tuesday from Lewis at On Point Darts, who, the Bulls boards are really hard to get here in Australia. Western Australia, where we live, it's hard to get everything. Takes forever. So anyway, these are a sort of board for somebody that's not got the money or doesn't want to spend the $200 or $250 on a Target Tor or a Winmore Blade 6 Triple or the new Winmore Blade 360. This is actually, I've had it up since Tuesday. It's one of the quietest boards I've ever threw darts at. I was going to say one of the quietest boards I've never heard. It's actually got a couple of spots on it where you can hear the dart, but the 20s and the bullseyes and a few, it just goes, there's no thud, or it just goes in there. It's lovely soft board. Looks like it's going to wear pretty good. Now I can actually give you a price on that from On Point Darts, because he's told me to say that he's got these on special, so anybody that wants one, wherever you are, I can only give you the price in Australian dollars. He's got them up for $129.99, okay? But you'll get a 10% discount on that. If you click, there's a button on his website and you can click to get 10. It takes it down to $117. In my opinion, that's a really good board for $117. It's let's just put it this way, it's not the best board I've ever played on, but it's certainly not the worst board I've ever played on. There's worse boards out there for a lot more money. So I would say it's good, and I'll throw a few darts at it later on in the video just to let you hear how quiet it is. Right, so there's only one other thing that I'm going to show you, and it's just a thing of interest, guys, just so that if you ever come across anything like this, it'll give you an idea of what's in there. So these were at Christmas. As you can see, it's a Christmas cracker. These were brought out at Christmas by Mission Darts, who in my opinion have went right up there. So they're up there now with the big boys, whereas Mission Darts, when they first started, they weren't expensive, but they weren't great. No, they're fantastic. They really are. So I'm just going to let you see what's in this. There's no sales pitch because you can't really get them. I think Lewis said it on point. He might have some left, so you could check on the website. But lovely presentation. So as you can see, there's a drawer in here. Take that out of there. And inside there you've got various sizes of stems and a load of really nice metallic Mission flights, a sharpener, some flight protectors. Just presented really well, guys. You know what I think as the Christmas crackers go, because they all had them out before. Winmore had one, I know that. And they didn't look too impressive, but this does. Now, you get a really nice Mission case in there as well, which is a real sturdy case. And then you take this off, and you've got two nice sets of darts in here. And they're already fitted with the Mission Vortex 90s, which in my opinion is a far superior system and a far less expensive system than K-Flex. Looks like K-Flex, but it's not stiff. Really nice movement in it. Now the darts, these, I don't know if they're all the same in every set, but these are like Mike the Decker darts that's in there, who is sponsored by Mission. So they're actually a straight barrel, multi ring, and really nice. I've actually thrown a set of them and they're really nice. So you get a set of them, 23 gram, and then you get a set of these, which are ultra grippy. So the grip on them is unbelievable. I mean, it's really ultra grippy. And again, Vortex 90. And if you look at the colour, they're just putting really nice colours on them now. But that is a lovely looking dart. So you get two sets of darts, all of that stuff that was in that drawer, and a fridge magnet. There you go. So I just thought I would let you see what comes in these things, because sometimes they're a load of garbage, sometimes they're really good. In my opinion, that's a really nice thing. That's a really nice gift to give to somebody. So it's packaged up lovely. Really good. I like that. In fact, I might keep that. You know what I'm like. So, we were talking about grip. We were talking about release. So we'll go down a road a wee bit further with that, right? So, hold on, I've got my phone in my pocket. Hate that. Right, so. Oh, and by the way, you like that, guys? Andy at Pommy Prints, once again, sent me that. Thank you, Andy. Really, really nice. Really nice. I love that. I might even get one for the other side. So yeah, if you want to get in like that, contact Andy at Palmy Prints. Guy's great to deal with. Honestly, lovely guy. Right, now, so we went through everything but your grip. We went through everything with the release. But I have told you about this before, but this comes as part and package of the grip and the release, really. So we'll just go through it again because you have to remember this. So you'll see guys that'll hold their dart here, like sort of vertical, and try and line it up, right? That's them, they think they're aiming, right? You don't aim darts like that. Now, as it goes with aiming a dart, right? It's not a gun. Have you ever seen a dart with a telescopic sight in it? Because I haven't. Have you ever seen a dart with a little bump there that you can line up with a treble 20? Because I haven't. So there's no such thing as aiming the dart like you aim a gun or anything like that. These tell this to put that where you want it to go. So it comes from here to there to here to there to there. So you want to be looking bang on, which I can't see at the minute because Manny's blinded me with the light on this thing. It's amazing. So I'm looking at that board and all I'm seeing is a load of black dots, right? So you want to be staring at the whatever it is you're throwing at. You want to be staring it down. You want to be, if you want to hit that treble, you want to be staring at that treble. You don't want to be looking at the dart because you'll never hit what you're going for if you do. And I know people that come here for coaching and they'll say, oh, I line up my flight with, forget all that nonsense, believe me. Now, when you take your dart back, especially for people that hold it like this, it's a no-no, right? It's bad. When you pull your dart back, so if I pull it back to here, and then I'm going to throw it, your dart actually releases probably between here and here. Now, if I'm holding my dart like this, say that's the release point, that dart is actually pointing downwards. That dart wants to be pointing upwards. Because the trajectory that you're looking for to make your nice arc, a nice rainbow, if you throw the dart and it's facing down when it leaves your hand, it's actually got to go through the air and then it's got a lot of work to do to get itself into that position again. So it's going from here to here and then follow the arc down. So you're giving the dart an awful lot of work to do between leaving your hand and getting to the board. So make sure that when you're gripping the dart, it leaves your hand at least horizontal, at least flat, not pointing down here or like this. Or it's just, it really gives the dart a lot of work to do and it doesn't work. Second thing, people say you've got to train your brain to play darts, right? That's a wee bit true. I say you've got to fool your brain to play darts. Now, what I mean by fooling your brain, I think everything has to go naturally and smooth, especially darts. If you're not playing with a nice natural, which you can create a natural throw, natural smooth throw, you're never going to get anywhere, right? Manny's just walked in to the room. I've walked into the room. It's natural for us to do that. Well, walking's natural. So everything, picking up a cup, it's natural. Sitting in the car, driving a car, becomes natural. It's just something we do all the time. Do you ever see anybody walking down the street going, no, you don't, do you? Unless, well, I don't know where you live. There might be some people that walk down the street doing that. I don't know. But I don't know anybody that does that, okay? So That's not a natural thing for the body to do. So you need to fool the brain into thinking, this is a natural thing. This is what we do now. We do this. It's like picking up a cup. It's like picking up a knife and fork. It becomes part of your routine. It becomes part of what your body gets used to. So the way to fool it into that is to do more of it. So even when you're not playing darts, even if you've got no darts on you, sitting watching the TV, even sitting in the toilet, let's do some of that. It all counts for muscle memory, guys. It all counts for muscle memory. So just even, you don't have to get it a perfect throw or whatever, just make sure you're doing this. Just make sure that you're doing it as much as you can. And when you're practicing, obviously, I've said before, don't practice till your arm's falling off, because then that tells your brain, we don't like doing this. The brain is the thing that starts everything in every sport. It's where the concentration comes from. So you have to fool your brain into thinking, we like doing this. Because if your brain don't like doing it, it won't work for you. Right, now, if you want to know as well, quickly, how to hit more 180s, it's dead easy, it's dead easy. I'm not saying it's easy to hit 180, I'm just saying it's easy to hit more of them. When your dart goes in, the first dart, if you get your first dart in, doesn't matter where it goes, you've actually now, with this flight being here, cut that bed down, okay? When you've cut the bed down, why aim for a smaller target? Aim for the flight of this dart, for two reasons. Because if you can hit, they're all V-shaped here. If you can hit any of these V's here, it's going to take your dart in where this one is, roughly. So don't aim for the treble, aim for the flight of the dart if you can. Now, if you're using a solid setup like K-Flex, that can be a bit dicey because they're not like these, my favourite Q-Sols that move. The Vortex 90s, they move, but the original K-Flex, they don't. So if you aim for the flight on them, you're taking the chance of hitting the flight and getting a bounce out. So remember that as well. Okay? Now I'm going to let you hear this board just so that you'll see how actually quiet it is. If I can actually see the board, because I'm blinded by that light. Honestly, guys, that light is, you could light up the whole street with that if there's a power cut. Every treble but the right treble, eh? But can you hear that, Manny? That board? It's
definitely quiet.
Now, if you lived in an apartment or you've got neighbours next door, if you've got a dividing wall, this would be ideal for you. Or if your wife don't like when you're practicing, if your wife don't like the noise it makes when you're practicing, that'll keep her happy. So my advice to you is, look, love, if you want to be happy, give me the $117 to buy that board. See how you got on with that one. Tell them I said it's all right to ask. Crap. Still not bad for a guy that can't even see the board at the minute, so but I'm just letting you hear the sound of it, guys, so bit better. 1, 2, 3. Boof. There you go, for a guy that's half blinded. So I would say all in all, pretty good board. Bulls, good brand. German, pretty good. Most stuff in Germany is pretty good. BMWs, Mercedes. I won't say Volkswagen because they got done before, didn't they? Right, so I think I'll wrap it up at that, guys. I don't think there's anything else I've got to show you this week. But, like I said, keep putting comments in. because there will be more giveaways. I might even one day send you one of these lovely signs for Andy at Pommy Prints. So there's other things as well, that key rings, you might get some of that sent out to you, but you won't get anything sent if you don't get in the comments. So get in the comments, follow us on Facebook as well, because there'll be stuff on there that isn't on the channel. So yeah, you know the rules. Like, subscribe. All the Mastiffs are coming round. So follow us through to the next one, guys, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.